Hey Scorpio, it's Empress Rose here. Welcome to your reading. These are general readings, so we're going to take what works, we're going to leave what doesn't, as with everything in life. And if I don't catch your wavelength or storyline on this reading, check your other major placements, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus. So we're starting off with the intuitive vibe with our Moonology deck and Work Your Light Oracle cards. And then we're going to move to a more traditional spread with the Golden Tarot. Let us see. We got a chunk just right away. Very willing. Okay. There's some fear. There's some trying to control things going on. Man, this is kind of a reading in line with last week's readings for the collective that just everybody was getting. So, let's see. We're going to start with Lemuria. Creating heaven on earth. It's happening. So there's some place you want to go. There's some idea you have for your life to look like. You really like your life to look like a certain way. You've had a vision. You see where you want to go, and you are going there. You're going there. And this was the message over and over again last week with most of the signs. I don't know if you guys got this one, but a lot of the signs got this message, and I'm seeing it very clearly here with some of the similar cards. So it's happening. Where you want to go, you are going there. You're not going there. You have a lot of fear and maybe even some shame and some things that have happened before in the past that have you worried, but you're getting there. You are getting there. You need to talk about it. Share your voice or express yourself. Come out of the cave, persecution, expression. So something in your past happened very clearly, because we're also getting don't let your past hold you back. That made you sort of shut down and shut up, right? We've all had this, like the third grade teacher that doesn't get us and shuts us down, and doesn't understand what we were trying to do, the significant other that took our expression of love as an attack, what we've given to other people having been misunderstood or hated on, or attacks of jealousy or whatever. Some sort of personal expression that you tried in the past did not go well, and it shut you up and it shut you down. It turned off your creativity, your communication, something like that. So it's time, though, now to come back out and start sharing genuine parts of yourself again. It's time to do that. Yeah, the waters are a little rough, but look, she's looking at this place. I think it's this freedom of self-expression. It's happening. You are getting there, to this place of freedom, to this place of self-confidence, or it could actually be like a place you want to live, a city you want to live in, a way you want your life to look for, a career you want. It could be anything like that. But I really feel like taken together, that you want to express yourself. You want some sort of freedom. And this is saying it's time for you to take that freedom. It's time for you to drive in there and take the freedom to leave driving, leave this garage that you've parked yourself, your ambitions, your true self, your glorious true self. You parked it. You maybe had an accident or two that kind of freaked you out, and you parked your car. It's time to take the car out. Time to, get it running again, and take it for a drive. Take it where you want to go. You have this idea of someplace you want to go, and it's time to sort of dust off the old dream and dust off the old transportation and get out there and start going there. Do not let your past hold you back. So whatever happened before, whatever, we're going to use this car accident metaphor, this car metaphor, I think, for a while here. Whatever, oh my gosh, it's a very powerful metaphor, actually. Many years ago, I had 2 back-to-back car accidents. I was not driving, I was a passenger, and they just happened right within 3 months of each other. And I wasn't able to recover from the damage one before the other one. So then those 2 compounded, created a lot of damage. And I ended up with a huge amount of anxiety about being in a car and driving, and it was terrifying. I was screaming the whole time, every time I had to get in a car. So, because it just seemed like I was a giant magnet, and everything made out of metal was going to come screaming into me, right? So anyway, I developed a phobia of cars. I rode with my baby on my bike all over Seattle. because that seemed a lot safer than being in a car. So they are fairly dangerous, actually. But the thing is, I ended up going to a therapist that specialized in this, and it was 10 sessions, and we were done, and I was a new person. So there's something about that I want to talk about here, about that that phobia of something that happened in your past. It was a freak accident, 2 of them together. It was just bizarre that happened, right? And I thought it meant something so much more than it did. It was just one of those weirdest things that happened. So don't let your past hold you back. So whatever put you in this cave, whatever made you park that car, don't let it, my radius of where I could go in that city was limited by how far I could ride my bike with a baby on it, and a backpack and groceries and everything. How it was limited by that radius. So I was very limited by this phobia that developed and this fear that developed. So I think that's it's this, whatever happened in the past it would be like, oh man, I want to go to the other side I want to go to Kubota Garden, but it's like, I can't, there's no way I could drive there. So I could just dream about going to Kubota Garden, but I could never actually go there because I wasn't driving, or I could take the bus with multiple, it would take hours. So it was this past was really quite literally holding me back. So oh my gosh, I like this metaphor. It just is deep and rich here. So you and your loved ones are safe, new moon in Cancer. You're going to be okay. You've started something, a new emotional journey, and it's safe. Whatever happened in the past isn't happening this time. I mean, do not let your past hold you back. Persecution versus expression. Come out of the cave. It's time to move forward. You're not going to get into car accidents again. You're safe. You and your loved ones are safe. You can get in a car again. You can drive again. It's going to be okay. You're going to be safe. It was a freak accident what happened back there. It's not going to happen again. Don't let pride get in your way, right? Ask for help if you need help. This is full moon in Leo. So, don't let pride get in your way. Ask for help. Ask for your tribe. I like the word pride here because to me, especially with the Leo card, it means, we have a tribe here. We have people that can help us. So asking for help, if you need to get over a phobia, it's one of the easiest things to get over, actually, because they've studied it so much. The research is there. The methodology is laid out very nicely, very clearly. It's a specific anxiety like that can be very, I wouldn't say easy. You got to do the work, but it's not like digging around in your childhood for random shit that may explain why you are feeling the way you are today. It's very methodical, right? So asking for help, getting the help that you need, it's there. Who knows, whatever issue you might be dealing with, there could be, like, I had no idea how much research had gone on, how many decades and decades and decades of research had gone on into exactly what I was dealing with. I had no idea until I actually reached out, and then I was introduced to a massive body of research and methods to deal with the problem. It was very concrete. The therapist loved it. He was like, oh, I never get to do such concrete stuff like this. Like, this is going to be over in no time. There's a reason why this story is coming out. It's not just story time with Empress Rose. I feel like there's something here because it's just fitting with every card so well. And then surrender to the divine. Something outside of your control is happening here too. Or surrendering to the divine, surrendering to this process, just surrendering to, coming out of this cave. And anything could happen when you come out of the cave. It's true. But you can't stay there. You're too limited. Your past is holding you back right now. You need to be reassured that you and your loved ones are safe. Ask for help if you need it. Don't let pride get in the way. Also, I feel like share your voice. Don't let pride get in the way. Don't be too cool. Don't be too cool to share what's on your mind, or too cool to share. We're not cold. We're not cool. We're warm-blooded. Like, we're emotional. We're not cool, which is this stand back, I don't care. We do care, right? So don't let pride get in the way. Don't pretend that you don't care. Don't pretend that you don't feel. Don't pretend that you weren't hurt, you know? So, and surrender to the divine. Yeah, you know, you don't know what's going to happen if you come out of your cave here, if you express, you don't know. Let life meet you halfway. Let life surprise you. Let the infinite number of possibilities come up with something that surprises you. But your job is to express yourself, emerge from wherever you've been hiding. Do not let, you know, whatever happened in the past, don't assume that that's what's going to happen. You got a lot of really reassuring ones, like it is happening. Express yourself. Don't let your past hold you back. Yeah, lots of good ones here. All right, Scorpio. This is your past, your present, your inner landscape. What's at issue? Your environment, your to-do list, and your possible outcome. Holy. You've got a lot of major arcana here, and a lot of women. That's my first. You got a lot of women here. Powerful, powerful women. I almost want to say that there is some sense of you being supported. No. Okay, that's not in the cards, but that's how I feel. You're very well supported here, with some sort of divine feminine presence, powerful feminine presence, something like that. You're very well supported. So in your recent past, you have the Empress. This is a lot of power. This could have been a situation you were in, who you were, what was going on here. But this is an abundance, having everything you need, feeling very confident, feeling relaxed and comfortable. Feeling comfortable in your life, comfortable with who you are, comfortable with what you've accomplished. There's, you know, a physical comfort, emotional comfort. I almost want to say ego comfort. Your ego felt comfortable. Your ego was not challenged. It felt like it was in the right place. You felt in charge maybe, and in control and comfortable, and you had everything you needed. And then there's this Queen of Coins. This is your current situation. This could be someone you know, or this could be you continuing on in this Empress energy. So from the past, but the Queen of Coins is, the Queen is going to be very focused and oriented towards her life and her experiences. She's very focused and oriented on her money, on her career. She's very devoted to her career. She's got money on the mind. In fact, a coin makes up her halo here. This is not a halo. This is a coin. She's got money on the mind, her career on the mind. This is your climber, your career climber, very focused on something physical. It doesn't necessarily have to be money. It could be time. It could be just focused on material success. It looks like with this Empress card, you know, she's not focused on material success. She just has material success. This Queen of Cups earned it for her. She's not focused. She doesn't need to focus on it because there's so much there that she doesn't need to focus on it. But now you're very focused, or somebody around you is, male or female. But with all the females in this spread, it's very interesting. But they're very focused on their, now you're focused on it. Maybe in the past you weren't, you were just comfortable and you weren't really thinking about it. And now you're really thinking about it, about what, or somebody is here thinking about, okay, it's you, thinking about what you have, what you need, where you're going career-wise or money-wise, thinking about something's changed where instead of not having to think about money or not having to think about your career, you're now having to think about money and having to think about your career. And it's very internal. You're not thinking about everybody's money. You're not thinking about the family money. You're thinking about your own path and your own money materially, or your own material, physical, it could be body too, your own physical needs and your own physical expenditures almost. Could be talking about body, could be talking about body being focused on your own health and your own well-being in a way in which the Empress doesn't have to focus on it, because the Empress just has it, right? So she's focusing on whatever the hell she wants to focus, because there's nothing to worry her, nothing to bother her. She's incredibly comfortable. But moving into the Queen of Coins energy, I'm seeing that you are having to focus on something. You weren't having to at all. I mean, from Empress to the Queen is a step down. So there's something here that's requiring your focus, your attention, like work or physical, could be housing, could be anything in your physical world. Could be your body requiring time and attention right now. And it's your focus. Now, normally she's happy to be focused on this, is what she's doing. She's happy to be focused on that. But coming after the Empress, I feel like maybe something was taken from you, or some sort of sense of security was taken from you, and now you're feeling like you have to focus on something which before was just a given. In your hopes, we have the Chariot, hoping for movement, hoping for fast movement here, hoping to change the situation quickly, hoping something happens very quickly. Hoping things line up, things come together, and things move forward really fast. That's what you're hoping for. You could be afraid of that, especially if it's, moving away from you and it's taking something with it. You could have a fear of things moving too fast. But I think you're hopeful that what's on your mind is that this will all come back together. You can return to your Empress status. You won't have to think about this for long. You'd really like for things to come together almost magically, work together, and just seamlessly come together and sort of make a dream come true, or make something happen that you would like it to all come together very nicely, which we all do, right? And then we have reversed Eight of Wands. So this is going to be something's very illogical here, or slow communication. Something's moving, well, with this Chariot card here, something could be moving a lot slower than you'd like it to. A lot slower. And then there could be communication problems, communication difficulties. There could be some difficulties with logic. There's some sort of constraint here around communication or movement. So something that you were hoping would move quickly, communication you were hoping would move quickly, is not. There's been some sort of stoppage, some sort of holdup, a miscommunication, possibly a lost communication. So this Eight of Wands reverse could be a miscommunication, like check your email, check your double check. I got this card as I missed the flight because I misread the time. So it was a very, very expensive mistake. And I got this card. This is my very first tarot reading ever. And I ended up stuck in New Orleans for a week with my kids. It was very expensive. So Eight of Wands, reverse. So there's a lack of communication, a lack of movement. Something might be very illogical, not making sense. And that's sort of a holdup here. Well, and then we have this share your voice expression. Are you the one that's holding? Oh my gosh. Are you holding back communication? Are you withholding communication that could actually line things up and make things move a lot faster and fix the situation? Because we have share your voice, right? We have communicate, talk about something, and don't let your past hold you back. And there's this withheld communication. You want something to go forward, so it could be you that's withholding communication that could switch this around, or it could be just in general there's just a communication hold up here. If you're moving from Empress energy to this Queen of Coins, this focus on money, because you don't have enough to just ignore the problem of money. So you and your loved ones are safe, okay? So your focus is, you may need to be focusing on that right now, but it's going to be okay. So under this Empress card, in your environment, you have the Devil. So this could be addiction issues that someone around you is facing. It comes under this Empress card, so it almost looks like you looked like you had everything you needed, but there was sort of a snake in the church, or you looked safe, you looked like you had everything you needed, you looked like it was, in the past, it looked very abundant, very comfortable, but there was something going on underneath it. Underneath it was hell. So in your environment could be a little bit of hell here. There could be addiction issues. Again, we are having this ribbon of communication that shows up here. So it could be communication. Oh, I just kicked you, basically. There's my tripod. So we have this devil card here in your environment. Addiction. Something in your environment is trying to separate you from your true path, possibly. Something in your environment is very dangerous, very self-absorbed, trying to control things. Trying to disrupt things. There's a very disruptive energy in your environment here. And it's undermined your Empress status. It's what took you out of that comfort, is this devil energy. So the devil is being controlled, forces we don't understand, controlling things, harming, hurting, separating us from our divine path. Man, the devil in your environment. Okay, but you and your loved ones are safe, right? So it could be some sort of addiction calling you back into an addictive behavior. Something in your environment is just, wow, you got the devil in the environment. So sitting underneath this Empress, it seems like it's really undermining the whole Empress vibe that you were having before. So your to-do list is Queen of Cups. Figure out how you feel. Really feel. Journal it out. Get very in touch with how you feel. Your own feelings need to be in focus here. What you think, what you feel, your love, what you love, that needs to be in focus. Your emotions, your emotional health and well-being needs to be the primary focus. It's sitting under Queen of Coins. So if the Queen of Coins is you and you're very focused on your money or your physical situation, this is asking you to shift your focus. Shift your focus so that you are focusing on your own health and well-being. On your own, because yeah, the Queen of Coins was a body issues too. So Queen of Cups, you need to explore how you feel, explore your feelings. Focusing on your mental and emotional health and well-being. That's what the Queen of Cups is doing here. That's what you're being called to. This other focus, it's surface level, and the problem is deeper than that. So you need to be focusing on your emotional health and well-being. You could be, as with this Eight of Wands communication thing, I could see that you need to write a letter here. You need to communicate something that you're feeling, something in your heart. You could be needing to write a letter or needing to communicate how you feel. Maybe that's what it is. Maybe you've suppressed how you feel. You don't communicate how you feel because the last time you told someone how you felt, it was a big ass issue. And this is saying, like, really get in touch with your feelings again and possibly even communicate them. Again, do not let your past hold you back. Expression, we're getting expression. Express yourself. So yeah, I mean, if you want, you can keep that in your journal, but with this Eight of Wands reverse as being a problem of communication, I feel like you need to communicate something, but that's very deeply weighing on your heart. Where you're going is the Sun card. Clarity. I love clarity, the heaven, the peace, the joy of clarity, of understanding, personal growth. It's almost like this message that shows up in this Eight of Wands, shows up in this Devil card. It's almost like it becomes sort of this ethereal presence here of this message, this communication here. See that sort of ribbon? So we have this ribbon message that's here and here and in the few, and then you write something out. It's almost like a message that wants to be written out here. There's a message that wants to be written out, and as long as you suppress it and keep it within, it's going to frustrate you and bedevil you. And then once you write it out and either give it or burn it or whatever you want to do with that message, once you express it out. Oh, and look, we've got, is she journaling? No, she's just having an arm. So But there's just going to be a lot of clarity that comes in, a lot of personal growth, a lot of happiness, that happiness that comes with clarity, that comes with communicating clearly and understanding something, just that growth, that happiness of the sun. The bouncing baby enjoying life. So, all right. So if you want to reclaim your Empress status, I think you've got to do some emotional work, and probably I'm seeing some communication here about something. You first got to know what you think, and this could be, don't let pride get in the way. Don't be too proud to communicate, too proud to share what's on your heart, too proud to communicate clearly and happily. Happily? I don't know. Yeah. Here we go. All right, Scorpio. Ooh, some wild spring weather here. Oh my gosh. We have a painting on the rock. This is the only writing I've seen on this whole deck. So just going with our message theme again here. There's a message here. It changes things. Grace carries you home. At the end of your efforts, when your resources are exhausted and you are without further recourse, I am there for you with loving, wild grace to carry you home. All right, Scorpio, I hope that was helpful for you. Thank you so much for your likes, subscribes, and comments. I really appreciate it.